I listen to a lot of his lot of his lives and podcasts and things. Very knowledgeable brother, man. Okay. So yeah.
Well done. Well said. What you got, Ken?
Oh man. I know Tariq. I used to listen to him a lot when I was younger. I used to think he was a very intelligent person till I got smarter.
And when you say it's a group, you're putting a target on motherfuckers' backs. Yeah. The minute you say it's a group,
he got pressed before. He got pressed before by the government.
Sure did.
Oh, it's in his speech and his body language. You can see the fear.
Yeah, told him something because
I don't want to be associated with no goddamn groups. Okay, stop putting my name with that shit. Okay,
you can see the fear. Please don't put me no more articles. Please,
like you can see, like no, don't come to my house. Man. I ain't got shit to do with them things.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chicago Black Delegation podcast. I'm your host AC, aka Higher Thinking, and here we are taking another look at Tariq Nasheed. He just got fresh off of a very, very viral debate with Myron Gaines of the Fresh and Fit fame, Sneeko of Sneeko, and a bunch of cronies. Cronies. We do prefer kanji. Cronies or cronies? What you like? Remember what a crony is?
We ain't there for that. I'm gonna tap things in your head next weekend. Okay. We will get there.
Okay. So a bunch of cronies talking too much shit, and Tariq Nasheed had to regulate. At least in my opinion. Let's kind of start off the conversation with asking you guys this. What y'all kind of wet your feet a little bit as far as the conversation regarding Tariq Nasheed and the FBA is. Just like give me like your overall opinion about like either FBA or Tariq Nasheed.
I got nothing positive to say. Go
ahead, I just think that the FBA movement is the right movement right now. You know what I'm saying? Got us on. I feel like we on the right track to something. I like Tariq Nasheed. Think he's pretty creative. Think he's pretty cool. I listen to a lot of his. Lot of his lives and podcasts and things. Very knowledgeable brother, man. Okay. So yeah.
Well done. Well said. What you got, Ken?
Oh man. I know Tariq. I used to listen to him a lot when I was younger. I used to think he was a very intelligent person till I got smarter. So, there's no shade to my nigga, but that shit works for. No offense, brother, but when you learn a little bit more in life, you just learn a little bit more in life. It's easy not to be so swayed by big words all the time.
All right, so
you got this man drinking water. He finna talk some shit.
So I
gotta get the feed, man.
So me personally, I'm a mixed bag. So I think this is extremely dope because we got four brothers that have pretty different views regarding like this movement as a whole. All of us are descendants of freedmen, if I do believe so. Like, which y'all people come from Alabama, Mississippi, and the South and all that shit, Arkansas and all that shit. Yeah. So like I said, we are all descendants of freedmen, but we all just have different opinions about what Tariq Nasheed and this movement is about. You know what I'm saying? But we do have a very, very interesting video. Tariq Nasheed is a very good speaker, and he does clarify a lot of things, a lot of misconceptions about FBA, and I think I'm wondering if some people will change their mind after seeing this video. So let's check it out.
The hashtag and term American Descendant of Slaves, that was created by Yvette Carnell and our brother Antonio Moore. They came up with a term and a hashtag, okay? Watch my words very carefully. Okay? And around 2018, around October, November, I learned of the term ADOS, or American Descendant of Slaves. But let's go back. And first of all, let's articulate what the issue is. As you know, and I'm jumping back and forth here, I've been promoting ADOS, and also throw in Foundational Black American for clarity. I'm going to explain that, why it was important to do that. And I've been promoting that, ADOS, and really getting it out there. And Tone and Yvette, they had an event this year. A lot of folks came, great event. Tone invited me to come. They didn't invite me to speak. Tone did a video saying, yeah, I invited Tariq, and he didn't show any interest. Tone just kind of basically gave me a courtesy invite, like, hey, man, you ought to come on down. It wasn't like, hey, come on down, speak, and we'll bring you down. So it was a courtesy invite. And I'm like, okay, I'll check my schedule. So I didn't think too much of it, but they had the event, and I didn't want to take no shine from them. So if you notice, I've been very cordial to Tone and Yvette. You can't find anything of me saying anything disparaging about Tone. I've said some things about Yvette because I've had a problem with Yvette from some years back because of the disrespect she showed Dr. Frances Perez Welsing, who was almost like a mother figure to me.
Okay, so we don't got to say much about like what we kind of see here. He was just kind of laying out some setting here about like how he kind of the first time he would have been meeting the ADOS movement and stuff like that. And we talked about the ADOS movement on this podcast before. So if anybody doesn't know what ADOS is and you want to know our interpretation of what that's about, then we have a video called Introduction to ADOS or Meeting Yvette Carnell. So please check that out. But let's go ahead and move on to like the next section of it so we get into what he's getting at.
We're talking some real talk right now. The reason I'm talking about this now is because this week a New York Times article came out about ADOS, and big article. And my name was mentioned in the article. They called me, and I had to clarify a lot of things. And the article was actually like a hit piece. And Tone and those guys, Tone is very happy about the article. Tone is like, yeah, yes, Tone is on some shit like, yeah, we've arrived. ADOS is here. I'm the founder and ADOS is here. We'd arrived. So, okay. The article is not a good look. And the reason why, and Tone loves it. Tone is just gushing over this article. I know what the deal is. Some of the language in this article was basically targeting it's really putting a spotlight on a whole bunch of people, and it's framing ADOS as a group. That is a problem. The article is about framing ADOS as a group. That's the problem. This is not a good look. And I wish people see this.
Okay, so he finds that because ADOS is a group, he finds that to be a problem. He's gonna go further into why. So I just want to know if you guys kind of check in a bit and kind of let me know what's on your mind as far as what he said up to this point. He's gonna say a lot more. Don't get me wrong. He's gonna talk about why he believes this group thing is a bad idea. But do you all think that just from your understanding of like the way the world works and what's happened to groups in the past, do you think this ADOS thing is a problem that is labeled as a group from by way of this New York Times article? Anybody, not everybody got it.
What is the FBA? Is that not a group? Aren't they both groups?
He's gonna get into that, so I'm letting him explain it for himself.
It sounds like he's about to try to do some line here, talk about how it's not a group. But that's what's about to happen. But they are groups. Groups do get picked apart, and then say one group does something, it makes the whole group look bad. You can be labeled as a terrorist organization. I know he's about to go with it, but everybody has groups. Everybody.
Anybody else?
Everybody has factions.
Well, since I know a little bit more in depth about FBA and where he going with it, but I'll let him explain. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord!
But I understand.
Oh, the Tariq hate is real right now.
Right, I understand.
It just sounds like
let real go.
I understand the terminology, where it came from, where it first came from, and why he decided to go with FBA. I think that ADOS being labeled as a group was a mistake. They should have nipped that in the bud right away. Also, I know Yvette Carnell and someone else named who I don't know.
Tone, Antoine something.
Yeah, they started talking about they were leaders of of this group and all of that. And as we know, history shows whenever we have black groups and black leaders, they are always attacked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I believe. That's what he was going for. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't know they were saying they the leaders. So that's one thing you don't fucking do. Well, I lead this. Now you're gonna get
Yeah.
So you get assassinated and shit.
Yeah,
So
it's true. Especially if that group start making some noise and start making some moves, then next thing you know, the government trying to figure out a way to
That's when you start the
yeah, because then they locked my boy up that had the little thing down
Psyops.
in Texas, and he had he was teaching black people how to shoot and all that, and they labeled him a terrorist group.
They found something.
They locked my nigga up for about a couple months. He said they had me at the black site on a fucking boat.
teaching people how to
So
shoot.
Yeah, because he was teaching black people certain things. He was a military nigga, so they looked at him as a real life threat, and they really abducted this nigga from his house, snatched the nigga up, and he was locked up. He was really gone for a couple months, bro. He was really in the hole. You know what I'm saying? So he had to come out his mind and act right. So
don't your black ass teach them shit else.
Like, he really had to reevaluate. They really made him reevaluate his life after that.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Because they thought he had a group. He is right about when you say you're a group. I'm not going to say he's wrong. He's very right. When you say you're a fucking group and you lead something, the government be on your ass. So he is right. They shouldn't label themselves as a group. When they ask what you are, we just a people of many that come together. There is no leader. We're just speakers.
Them niggas
Like
with
you
them
never
black
say,
suits.
you never put the helm on the crown on your head because that puts a target on you. You know what I'm saying? So he is right about that.
Okay. So let's let him further explain what's happening.
Let's be clear. The problem is we got to understand when these people are pulling a chess move on us, because now that article was using some very incendiary words like group, organization, different chapters, insurgents. So basically, they were sent.
Just real quick, that all of those things are accurate within the ADOS movement. They are. I mean, it is a group, and they do have chapters that make up of local people within the a township or whatever like that. They all collectively sit under one roof, and they deliberate amongst each other on how to move forward politically. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely group activity. So
Centralizing ADOS as a group.
which is a good thing, mind you. That's what we want to be doing. Saying.
That was what the whole article was
We're getting that.
really doing. And I let them know I'm not a part of no group. I don't know. I'm not a part of no ADOS group. I'm not a part of no ADOS goddamn group. I'm talking about it from the standpoint of a lineage. You understand? I've made that very clear because I know what they're trying to do. The minute they establish this as a group, that's when they start to criminalize it. That's when they'll try to make this shit into Al-Qaeda. That's why you stay away from that type of shit where there's a group with leadership and hierarchy on it. That's when you stay away from that. I've told people about staying away from that. Let's be clear. And the problem is, I'm telling the reporter, hey, this is not a group. This is I'm going the lineage route. And the reporter's like, no, from what I understand, it's a group. It's a group. And there's chapters and there's this. And the reason why, let's be clear, yeah, dude, they'll pull that black identity extremist shit. They want to frame this shit as a group. The problem is we're going around talking about it's a lineage, it's a lineage, it's a lineage. But Tone and Yvette are the ones framing it as a group. They're the ones doing that. Tone and Yvette are the ones who are framing this as a group.
Okay, so he kind of further explains it. Just pretty much says that pretty much kind of what King was kind of hinting at. You know what I'm saying? When you kind of identify as a group, that brings new challenges. He wanted this to be a lineage, and a lineage isn't necessarily something that's bound by partisan movements, or you know what I'm saying. It's not. I mean, just because we're black, that doesn't mean we all vote Democrat. That's an example. With a group has one agenda in mind, and that's whatever the agenda, or that's whatever the group decides on what the agenda is. For the ADOS movement, that agenda is getting reparations. You know what I'm saying? So that means they're gonna move under one banner. They're gonna move under one roof. They're gonna delineate. Delegate, debate, conversate, the whole nine. Whatever it's gonna take for them to decide on who to vote for, when to vote for them, where to protest, why to protest. all of these things in between, right? So, and that, again, that's a good thing. That's what groups should do. But to make that a part of your lineage, that's when things get a little bit. That's when things get a little more complicated. Any thoughts regarding that before I move on?
I mean, not really, man. I mean, he said everything you're not supposed to do. I mean, he's right. He's telling them right. They need to check their language box and be careful because that's how you get snatched up from your house. That's all I'm saying. And being in the black side ain't fucking cool.
Real, how does sound so far, Real?
Yeah, man. You know, like I said, I agree. I can't wait until we get more further in depth about FBA, and I'd like to figure out what's the issue
with these haters over here.
I feel like if Tariq and she told you that pyramids were made out of tacos, you would just believe it. I think you would be like, hell yeah.
I didn't say I was gullible. Now I say I can see the point in some of the stuff.
I mean, now they kind of lost me with he kind of lost me how he wants to divide certain groups of black people if they came from the islands or if they came from Africa. They not really a part of what we got going on.
That's a rabbit hole.
I think you would have to further listen to him and see why he's saying that.
I mean, I heard him. I heard him say why. I just disagree.
I'm gonna say a lot of my stuff till we get to the end.
I want to know what you heard. I just want to correct a few things. I think I know why you
really can't correct what a man says.
No. I'm saying.
I mean, break down what he's trying to. do.
Right. I'm not saying.
All right. I respect Red is a little bit outnumbered. Like we got two haters, and I'm just. I don't
hate you, man. I told you he was the guy I really actually looked up to.
Man, that don't matter. Cut that out. Before I started reading books and intelligence. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I don't hate you.
All right, come on, man. I'm gonna hit this clown button on you so fast.
And Tone always make a point to start saying, well, yeah, ADOS, I'm the founder of that. ADOS, I'm the leader of ADOS. So that confused a lot of people. Tone, even now, Tone goes out of his way to let folks know he's the founder of ADOS and he's the leader of ADOS. Yeah. And then a lot of people start getting confused about ADOS. What's this group? No, it's not a group, it's a lineage. No, it's not a group, it's a lineage. Then people start getting confused. Well, I'm an African descendant slave, I'm Caribbean. So it became very confusing. So I said, okay. I'm going to go back to what I've been saying, Native Black American, but in order to hashtag it, I can't use NBA, so I use Foundational Black American. So that's why I started using Foundational Black American to go back to the Native Black American shit that I've been already talking about. That's why I started using that and started to use it interchangeably. That's why I started to use the things interchangeably. Let's be real. Let's be real. I started to use it interchangeably because I saw they were moving the definition of what it was. It was very confusing. It's confusing now. Let's be real. It is confusing. That article from the New York Times is a ball of confusion. If you read that New York Times article, you don't know what exactly ADOS is, but you think it's a group. And let me tell you something. This is the real deal. I just use it interchangeably to stop a lot of confusion. The problem is this. This is the problem with Tone and Yvette and ADOS. ADOS is two things. ADOS is two things. I want y'all to be very clear. Tone and Yvette said it's a lineage, which is what we were supporting. They said ADOS is a lineage of American descendants of slaves, which is what we are. That's what I was supporting. It's also a double as Tone and Yvette's political organization under the same name. Be very clear. This is what they're not articulating to you. This is why the shit is confusing. Tone and Yvette are conflating the lineage and their personal organization that's a political group. They conflate the two deliberately, and that's the fucking problem, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So that is apparently the problem, that the ADOS is not just a lineage of which Tariq and she assumed it to be, but it's also a group at the same time. Do y'all believe that's an issue? Or that's a real concern to have?
I mean, yeah, it's an issue because, like you said, they're trying to promote their political agenda to you. They're trying to use you as force of numbers to brainwash you to believe their agenda, what they believe is best for you. not versus we all come to something as a whole. That's why they both lead it. It's not like a. I guess you could say it's not like a democracy to a certain extent. So,
Not a democracy. Okay. So yeah, King understand. I mean, King agrees with Tariq Nasheed that this ADOS thing is flawed. You know what I'm saying? So
See how you worded that, right?
Sir, are you okay over there?
See how you worded that, right? he
go ahead. Hey, Ray, do you have anything to add before the hater? Like,
shit.
or you want to wait, or do you want to clean up with this crazy person's finna say?
He gonna say some shit. Come on, let me hear
I'm gonna
what
go
you
ahead
say.
and let this man expressing his disparity with the ADOS. I'm just letting him have it. Read around.
I mean, I agree. I feel like it's two different. It's two different agendas. You know what I'm saying? So let's think about it like this, right? We all have seen the terms where we were first Negro, Afro American,
Colored people.
African American, Black, whatever, right? Why we so unaccepting of this new term now that I think is a lot more accurate, because for the simple fact that blacks is evidence that blacks were here in America before slavery. You know what I'm saying? So why are we so kind of like against this thing right now? You know what I'm saying? But we haven't been against calling ourselves African Americans or blacks or Afro Americans, all of that stuff. But we're trying to get a new term. We are an ethnogenesis group, right? We do belong in this land. We may have African heritage, but this is actually our land. We have multiple generations of our people that been here even before slavery. So I don't see why we're having such a hard time accepting being called foundational or native Black Americans.
Because everyone doesn't meet that criteria to be called that. People just jump on a bandwagon.
Exactly.
without any evidence
And
of
that's why he has a problem with the delineation movement. That's the whole purpose of that. We're figuring out who is who, because now you got immigrants coming over here. Let's be clear. I swear to God, I kid you not. I just seen on Facebook the other day a girl I went to school with who is, I want to say, maybe half Puerto Rican or and half black, right? Do you know what she said? She said that Juneteenth is some BS bullshit that is a waste of time. And my comment was, well, aren't you Puerto Rican? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they have some sort of African DNA, we have to accept them, because these people that come from Africa and Haiti and all these other places, they do not have the best interest in heart for Black Americans. Number one, a lot of them are told that we are criminals, that we are bad people, and they come here with a type of disdainment for us when they get here. So by her saying that, it clearly shows that not only does she lack certain knowledge with Black American people, but she don't even resonate with us.
But that being her own personal choice, but the FBA practice xenophobic ideologies.
Not entirely. You have to listen
a little bit don't fucking matter. Like,
not entirely. It's not xenophobic. Okay,
it is xenophobic.
It's not xenophobic.
It is xenophobic. I've heard it talking.
I'm. It's not xenophobic, and if an African comes over here and talk shit about you and talk shit in your face and tell you ain't shit and tell you ain't nothing, and he's better than you, and he done come to our country and reap the benefits of being an immigrant, and then turn around and look at you and tell you you're nothing. There are Haitian guys right now on the internet spewing about how much better they are than you, how much they come over here and how hard they work, and how much better they is than you, and how you a thug and how you sag your pants and all of that crap.
Yeah, that almost never.
You know
happens,
what I'm saying?
But we're gonna get into that.
That almost never happened. No, it's happening now.
What are you talking about? The FBA has just been guilty of that just as bad. What are you talking about?
Find me a case where that happened.
I wrote the shit down.
Okay.
Give me
and here's the thing too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. What you saying is true, right? What you saying is about how Haitians feel, how African people feel about us. But that's not all people, though. That's the
exactly,
problem.
and he explains that. If we listen further to some of his videos, he explains that Those that ride with us, ride with us. Those that don't, they don't.
No, I
And
but they practice.
And here's the thing, though. I would say it's better to delineate so that we can understand who is who. I'm not saying that we have to be xenophobic or go against them or have any disdain for them. But what I'm saying is we have to delineate so that we know who is who. Because let's say we do get reparations, right? You'll have people coming from Africa to us, yeah, I came from slaves. I came from this. I came from that. But no one has suffered like our ancestors have suffered. The people that's here in America now, those people that's coming from Africa and coming from Haiti and coming from all those other places, their people haven't suffered on American soil the way our people have. So I think the delineation tactic is a way
Have you tracked your lineage?
My lineage is from Mississippi.
Have you tracked your lineage? Do you know for a fact that your people were here already? Because the valued thing about the FBA is that they were already here to fucking begin with. So people that got here by other means don't fucking count. That's fucking stupid.
That's not what he's saying. He's
exactly
talking.
What he
he's
said.
talking about. He's talking about if your lineage goes back to the 1860 census.
Boy, do you know where the FBA started at?
What do you mean?
Do you know the history of the FBA? Where they claim it started at?
I know the history.
Okay, right. So he's talking about the people that were already here to begin with.
No, he's talking about the people that come from that
16 something.
He's talking about the people that he's saying if your lineage can date back to the 1860 census, then you should be eligible for reparations or be said to be eligible to be FBA. Also, he also has said that those who maybe you have a parent that's from Africa and your parent is here from America, you're still considered to be FBA in his eyes. What he doesn't like
in
is
his eyes, like he's some god that can determine who is and who isn't.
No,
People
I'm
jump
just
in
saying
these groups
if
like-
he's the one that's being the spokesperson for it, then we understand. But there are other people.
spokesperson.
There are other people that talk about FBA. This is just the only person that I've been listening to that talks about FBA. But there are many others that talk about FBA. There are many others that are, you know what I'm saying, in cohesiveness with his ideologies in their own right. But he's saying like, don't be a person that has a dual kind of like allegiance. So don't come over here and be like, okay, well, you know I'm kind of black American, but I'm also African. So let me go and be with my lineage on this side, and then turn around and look down on people who is black.
All right.
Like I was talking about the
All
Puerto
right,
Rican.
all right. No, hold on. No new arguments. Just comment on what he said so we can move on. Just comment on what he just said.
I'll leave. I'll wait till we get to that.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
That's why every time ADOS comes up, Tone starts saying, well, I'm the founder of ADOS. You're not. You can't be the founder of a lineage. You can't be the founder of a lineage. You can be the founder of a group. Tone and Yvette, every time somebody says, yeah, ADOS, they jump up and say, yeah, we're the leaders of ADOS.
Okay. So,
But he
I think y'all pretty much.
But these few minutes of him is he just discussing his disparities with two individuals of a different group.
He's discussing the difference between ADOS and FBA. He's discussing that the leaders themselves are saying this is what ADOS is about. What anybody else thinks about ADOS is kind of irrelevant for that matter. And he's let everybody know that from the horse's mouth themselves, this is what your group is about, and this is a mistake. You know what I'm saying? That's what this video is more so about, right? Let's go ahead and move on to the next. Unless you got something to add, unless you got something to address with that. Okay, we'll just we almost done.
Our group that we're the leaders and the founders of.
Very almost done.
That's what they're doing, and that's why there's confusion. I knew that's kind of where they were going with this thing. That's why I said I'll just use foundational Black American, and I just kind of use it interchangeably, because when I say foundational Black American, I'm just talking about culture and lineage. I don't have a group called Foundational Black American. I don't say I'm the leader of Foundational Black American. I'm not the founder. I can't be nobody's founder. I talk about it in the same vein of a group, of a lineage, not in a group.
All right. So, do we have a problem with Tariq Nasheed not wanting to be the leader of this FBA lineage?
No, I mean, leaders get castrated, but I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, man. You gotta be careful using certain terminologies and words when you fucking around with the government. They will destroy your shit. I'm just saying, he is not wrong about what he is saying about that shit.
Okay. So and
This is what Tone and Yvette are not articulating.
My bad. I'm pretty much in agreement for the most part. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, when you just dealing with when you're dealing with I mean, how else could you say it? Somebody is intelligent, packs as much resources, has as much destructive power as, I don't know, the United is the most powerful nation in the world. A lot would say. I mean, you got to be careful about how you do things. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of is what I mean. When you don't think you're being listened to, you just so happen that you get a advertisement on Google advertising something that you spoke about in a private conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like people do listen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I would say that we have to definitely be careful about how you move, especially when you want to call yourself a group and things like that. Which a lot of people would, some people have expressed like their concerns of even further, I don't know, problems regarding like people that call themselves groups and things of that nature. But like, I don't want to get too conspiratorial. So
the video is why ADOS Black America does not support Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a lineage you're talking about. That's not a lineage you're talking about. Okay, look, just the title. Now, I'm just showing you, they're not talking about a lineage no more. They're conflating it with their group. You dig? Okay, now listen.
Some of the discussions, I think, could be had privately, but everybody's their own person. They have the right to say what they say. Look, my position, and everybody, ADOS is a lineage, but then it's also created by a movement of politics, a very succinct politics around the Black agenda and reparations.
Okay, so right there, it's a lineage, but it's a movement based around politics, so it's a political group, brother. Okay, we'll say that. Let me get it back to me. See, this is what I'm saying. Go say that and just be very upfront with it. This is a political group that they have, that they named the same thing so that it could be conflated. That's him saying. It's a lineage, but it's also this political thing too. So it's a group that they've conflated with the lineage. So when you speak about the lineage, by proxy, you're speaking about the group and you're bigging the group up.
Okay, so I want to ask this question now. I think many of us agree that with them conflating this group and lineage into like one collective movement or what have you is problematic. Now, here's the curveball. Okay, what if the intentions of that group, right, / lineage is something like reparations for Black Americans for slavery? And that's something that every Black American or descendant of free men does want. That's something that we all should aspire for. So is it really that big of a problem that this group, right, is working towards reparations?
I mean, it's a problem because you turn it into a group. Like we keep saying, you're not going to get that reparations or even get far because you put that group title, and organization makes you like a gang. Like I said, if one person acts out in that movement, they would treat it as a terrorist group, and then you would be dismantled as such. So it doesn't matter what your intentions are. If you put yourself under a group banner and say somebody like my man Real go out and say, I'm about to go do this for reparations and so many in the name of reparations, we're not going to get far after that day. Now this is treated as a terrorist group. Even though the Ku Klux Klan niggas and do the things they do today, there nobody bothers them. You see what I'm saying? But if a black person do that shit, they're going to stomp you out before you ever get too far in life. So yes, it's a problem just because it's confusing the ideas of lineage and group. Once you conflate those lines, you know you're crossing into a different territory. And they need to be prepared for what they do when you say, I lead something. Because when you say that shit, you're going to be the first guy to go to jail. You're the first guy put in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, it doesn't matter if it's about reparations or not. You got to change that shit up.
Okay. Gentlemen, like I said, the question was, is it still a problem that this group is fighting under the banner of reparations, fighting for reparations, even though we all kind of detailed the problems of being identified as a group? Y'all have any idea about or opinions about that?
I agree 100% with King on that.
Okay, so you can co-sign, yeah. Okay. Let me just find the next 44. And this gonna be the last part. 4,600.
I was gonna say, hey, dude, we get it. He don't like Tone and Yvette.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
No, I mean he's really trying to teach them for making a big mistake.
Because it is definitely a mistake, man. We done seen it.
We done seen it happen too many times in history, folks.
With
You
the
gotta
Black
be careful.
Panthers, like
You gotta be careful
mean,
with that
just-
good word. You have to be careful with it. They all get dismantled,
Your
they
boy
get
locked up
infiltrated,
in Florida,
and they get destroyed.
wherever he's from. Yeah. So
All right, y'all ain't got to be jumping on cons. All right, let's go. All
it's-
right, come on.
I ain't talking about it. It's just shit. Hey, man, he trying to teach the niggas.
All right,
They
come
should
on.
not
All
be
right, come on. All
offended.
right,
A lot of-
you can't leave that.
People thought I started it. That's why they keep naming me in these damn articles. I don't want them naming me in these articles because y'all, if you're talking about it's a goddamn group, and when you say it's a group, you're putting a target on motherfuckers' backs.
Yeah.
The minute you say
I ain't
it's a
gonna lie,
group,
he got
all of a
pressed
sudden-
before. He got pressed before by the
He
government.
sure did.
He got,
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
showed up to his house.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you know when a man get pressed before? No,
He
motherfucker.
say, I ain't trying to
I
go
ain't
back
try-
there.
I ain't trying to
Don't
get
show
pressed
back
no
up at
more.
my fucking house.
Hey, when you
Yo,
get pressed
yeah.
before, you know, you learn your
It,
lesson.
it make you into
You
a
gotta
whole
be
different
careful.
person.
You
Yeah,
gotta be careful, man.
He got
He
pressed
has-
a couple of times, actually.
Yeah, he actually did talk about
Yeah.
that in one of his interviews, too.
You
Hopefully
can
I'll
tell
be
he
able to
got
find it.
pressed before. You can tell. Hey, I'm
Literally,
trying
he
to
had
save
the
you niggas.
FBI show up at his house.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta find that interview for y'all.
Yeah, a
That
couple
one he
times.
talked about that. No, he literally talked about how he got pressed by the FBI about
Oh,
something.
it's in his speech and his body language. You can see the fear.
Yeah,
Right, nah,
tell
I
him
don't
something because he said,
He's like, I don't want to be associated with no goddamn groups, okay? Stop putting my name with that shit,
he said
okay?
he can see the
okay.
fear. He's like,
Like,
please don't put me in no more articles. Please.
like you can see, like, no, don't come to my house, man. I ain't got shit to do with them niggas.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's that good. Well done, King. That's a short moment. Well done.
And now we can label them a subversive group. They can do all types of stuff. The minute that article came out, I started getting all types of calls from the media. So we're going to go there. Let's go all the way fucking there. Y'all been hating because y'all been very resentful. Y'all don't really like me. And I don't give a fuck about that because I'm on code. I don't care about Tone and Yvette as people. But if you're on code, I'm rocking with you. I don't give a fuck about you as people. I don't like none of you. But I'm on code with
What
you.
I say? What I just say?
Relax. Let's get through the.
But he said,
Relax.
But he said,
Don't
if you
respond to him.
If
He's
you okay.
triggering people.
If you don't he fucking with you.
I'm on code with you, and I don't have to be. I'm not getting nothing out of promoting your shit. But when you start reframing it and then conflating it, and then it's a group and there's chapters, I'm cool. Y'all own something else. That's not a lineage. That's a group that you guys have. Tell people what you guys got going on and stop double speaking. Stop the motherfucking double speaking, man. And tell people what the hell they're supporting. Get on code with it. No shade. Get on code with it, my G. Tone, my brother. This is love. I'm talking big brother love, whatever. Tone, my nigga. You my G. No disrespect.
He's my
Tone, you
nigga.
don't have the charisma to galvanize a lot of people like that.
All right. So it's gonna be two questions. Okay. I almost forgot the second question. So let me. I did. I'm sorry. I did forget the second question. So let's start with this question. Charisma. Any concerns about this dude calling him out for not having charisma?
Call it what?
Called Tone, the dude that we just saw, the other dude, the video he just played. He said that guy ain't got no charisma, bro. Is that?
I mean,
is that
no, he didn't look like he had from just a steel frame or so. But I mean, it looked like
damn.
he's just trying to help niggas, man. And if they taking this as a place of from a negative place, they fucking fools. Because I guess they ain't been pressed before yet. So when they get pressed, you know, they'll change their tone.
It's gonna happen.
So, I mean, you ain't got nothing. That was Rob Kanji. That was ad hominem Kanji. Like that's your cue, bro.
I was just saying, we listen to this man have a clear disparity with Tone and Yvette. Obviously, he don't like though, and he said exactly what he gonna say.
So you gonna so your angle is it ain't about this ADOS, it ain't about this FBA shit. It's about I don't like these two people, and I'm finna.
It came out his mouth.
I mean, no, he said, I don't give a fuck about liking, but if you on code, I'm rocking with you.
And that was my first question.
That's all.
That was my first question.
Yeah, we don't gotta like each other to be on code, my nigga. If
Okay.
you on code, we gonna do business.
But they go down.
So can I ask a question then? Why do you have a problem with the delineation movement then?
I don't like how he tried to the whole the litigating and who's who. I feel like black people don't need more division. I believe we need more unity.
I agree, but can we delineate and still be on code with other people that's not necessarily? I mean, because there's a difference in certain Hispanics, and certain Hispanics recognize that. But when it comes to going against other people, some of them know how to get on code.
No, you're right and wrong.
Okay,
Because
well,
when you delineate,
hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying, and I want to hear why you say that. What I'm saying is that we can be our own ethnogenesis and still be on code with Haitians, Africans, and all of that. What I just don't like is when I hear these people that look just like us sit up and say all of these disparaging things about us. That's why I say I agree with the delineation movement. Also for reparations, I agree with it, because if we start inviting too many people in, it starts to become a clusterfuck, and then we really ain't gonna have a chance. The chance for us to get reparations is very slim now, but it can happen. I see it on the right. It's on the right process, right? Mm-hmm. But if we start inviting Haitians and Africans and these people and all these people, that shit is gonna get convoluted, and we definitely ain't gonna have a chance.
I mean,
there.
I agree with you. They're not invited to the reparations party because they got other people they got to talk to. You got to go talk to London. You know,
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you gotta go
perfect.
Talk to Italy. You got to go to France. You got to go talk
exactly.
to people who fucked you over. America didn't fuck all y'all over. Okay, everybody had a little hand in slavery. Like the Haitians and Jamaicans niggas, that's more little France and Spain. You got to go holler at them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to go get your money from them niggas.
So my question still is, why, if you know this, why are we still
because you made it about reparations? That's a different argument. If
no,
I'm talking about who needs to know who is who for reparations. That's a different argument.
I think he believes that the FBA movement is a separation.
It is
from being on code with certain people, and I promise you, if you listen to some of this man's lives, these people,
that's right,
lives,
lies.
I swear to God, you will hear people that black like us but come from different backgrounds. I swear to God, they have so much negative stuff to say about us.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I met those type of people, but some of them are not like that. But
it's not all of them.
But the reason why they even feel that way is because they're brainwashed, and that's the problem. Television, music videos, and things of this nature, it dictates you, and then people believe stereotypes. All people believe stereotypes. Like how we believe white stereotypes, they have black stereotypes about us that is promoted through the world, and they see that. But the problem is when they get here and they actually see those stereotypes in real time, they lose the respect for you.
But that's not all our people.
That's right. But we are we are the most people that always get judged by our bottom. Every black person is not a degenerate person, and that's actually a small group of black people, but it's amplified to be the majority of us, and that is the problem. And that has something to do with the government, how they promote us. And I don't judge those people for being misled, because people are always being misled on this planet. But that's why I say people must educate themselves and see things.
But it's not always the government promoting that. I always say superiority complex or racial superiority, right? All races do it. I don't know. We got this crazy idea that only white people do it. No, everyone does it. And if you ever argue with these idiots, I mean, especially FBA and ADOS, they believe that black people are the pinnacle of mankind. That we started everything. That no race would be here without us. That no race would prosper without us. And that's fucking stupid. How is it that we the pinnacle of mankind? We started all. But the people we created kicked our asses in every aspect, in every country,
I disagree
in every
with that.
fucking way.
I disagree with that.
How you disagree with that when it's shown? Who runs this country?
No. I'm not disagreeing with who runs shit. I'm not disagreeing with white supremacy. That's what you're explaining. I ain't disagreeing with that. I'm disagreeing with the fact that you say that we think we're the pinnacle of everything. No doubt.
Hold on.
Blacks.
Hold on.
No doubt. Black Americans.
Hold on. Because I wrote it down. I believe they're deranged, right? I think FBA, ADOS are fucking grifters. I think they're fucking deranged. Maybe not all of them, majority of them. These are the ones I talked to, and crazy Botox face over there on the TV screen. They believe they're the pinnacle of mankind, the birth of all cultures across the world. They believe they are superior to all other blacks of other ethnicities of other cultures. And they believe that every other culture outside of the FBA are jealous of them. and they use terms like tethers and fleers targeted to non-American blacks. This is a fact.
Okay. First of all, where did you get that
I ain't
article
gonna lie to
from?
you.
That's what an article.
Who wrote
I
that
it down.
article? You wrote that.
No, I wrote down me arguing with people up the FBA ADOS, different groups, different comments, stuff like this. This is shit they come up with.
Okay, but I ain't gonna lie to you, right?
I have never
be a
heard
comment.
that.
That could be a comment of a person that feels like that way in the FBA movement. If you read that right, and it was
Hold on,
in the bio, that's
wait, hold
different
on,
now.
slow up.
If that's
slow
like
up, wait.
law.
Oh, I'm gonna stop you where your head.
All right.
When we get to that Myron shit, that dumbass fucker on the screen came out the gate saying shit just like that.
I mean,
I heard the debate. I don't.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I listened to 3 hours on it.
Their first. When they first approached him, they started off with racism.
No.
Their first comment to Tariq Nasheed on that debate was, George Floyd has been dead for 4 years. How you feel about that?
Don't go too far into that debate. Just keep it surface level.
Right. They started off with racial epithets when they first approached him with any of that. Now, where you getting that information from about FBA believe that the pinnacles?
FBA people, I wrote it down.
I mean,
nobody believes that. Everybody
he said it out his mouth that if you from outside, you cannot comment on FBA. He makes comments like this all the time.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you something?
Sure.
If I come to your house 10 times out of the year or something like that, right?
Sure, you'd be welcome.
But I'm asking, do I have the right to come in and comment on anything in your house or how you run your house?
Aren't you a human being?
I'm
hold on.
do
I'm
I
asking
have
you a question. I'm asking you a question.
I have the freedom of speech to say that, but do I have any validity to come and tell you how to run your house?
Human being. If I'm running my house in a certain way, that's
you
not
running around.
No, if you let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
If we're both fathers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter's a pretty young girl. Me knowing you, I can see you're a phenomenal person.
Mm-hmm.
If you see me up there smack my daughters around, you be like, "Hey man, I don't think you should be doing that." Aren't you commenting on how I'm running my house?
You could give me some advice. You could give me some
comment,
advice. If I'm in the wrong, I'm in the wrong, right? But you can't. I can't come to your house and tell you how to run your house. I think what we having the problem is we having people coming from outside of our lineage telling us how to run our shit. Just like old girl was on Facebook talking about, well, Juneteenth is some made up BS, and then you got another idiot. Oh, well, the government made it up. When it comes from Opal Lee,
that comes from individual ignorance. That has nothing to do with the overall scope of things. And for the FBA always makes it a point that if you're not a foundational Black American, that you can't comment on anything that foundational Black Americans do right or wrong. That's fucking stupid.
That's not
We're
true.
all humans.
If you're wrong, you're wrong.
They don't accept
everybody
wrong.
I don't know. See, I don't know where you getting that information because I ain't never seen that.
Because you just agree with what the fuck they say.
No, I do
when
not.
When have you ever disagreed with something Tariq Nasheed said?
I disagree a lot with what he says.
Name one.
There hasn't been a situation at which I had to disagree, especially not in this video. Especially not in this video. There hasn't been a situation where I had to disagree. What I can disagree. I can tell you that sometimes when he takes his arguments too long and start using ad hominems and start kind of going back and forth with people, I kind of feel that's a little distasteful.
That's disagreeing with a method.
That's a little distasteful.
Presenting. We all know. Everybody know I watch Fresh and Fit, right? Cool. I believe some of the stuff Myron says. I can run a whole argument about things I disagree with Myron says. An entire argument. But when you have people that's part of these groups, it's a sense of pride, right? It's like, yeah, I'm part of something. I'm part of something.
Well, he just said this not a group. It's a lineage.
Lineage. Well, the fuck. He probably don't fucking know his damn self. It's a sense of pride, right? It's a sense of something. But now it becomes a sense of a superiority complex. Because now it's like, oh, well, if you're not part of this lineage, then you're not phenomenal, or you don't move a certain way, or you're not. He has said these things out his mouth. See what I'm saying? Like, that's silly. Like, everyone does this. This is a known thing. Every race does it to each other. Every group does it to each other. It don't fucking matter.
I think you get in the context of some things he's saying kind of misplaced. And it's kind of swaying your judgment a little bit.
Like?
What I think he's saying in most of these situations is, let's take the example of the documentary he just made about the hip hop. We all know for a fact that these other races of people pretty much had nothing to do with the creation of hip hop. We know that they have been people that picked up on it and innovated it down the line, but we know they had nothing to do with creating that. And I think what he's trying to do is help us be more proud of the things that we created and stop letting people take what we've created and then dub it as their own. Just like with hip hop, we got this 50-50 argument, and we know for damn sure ain't no goddamn Puerto Ricans had no 50-50 and created no hip hop. It literally came from our people. And what they did was they added on to it, they adopted it, and then they kind of innovated it going a little further, but they had nothing in creating it. Just like they tried to put Africans and Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans and then blacks. That's not how that go.
Okay.
It's
now,
black.
So hold on. No.
You know what I'm saying? Black Americans.
No. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong about that. But what I'm arguing is the very thing you're saying that these people do, they do. They say the same things. We were here, and we got over here by boats, but we were already here too. You saying 18 something? You're actually wrong. It's 15. No,
I didn't say we got here at 18 something. He's talking about the 1860 census in order to get reparations. There are plenty of evidence that clearly shows that we were here way before 15 something and 16 something when slaves came over here. We also find out that the lesser percentage of slaves came from Africa actually came here to America. So most of those slaves were dropped off way before they even got here to America. I think it's somewhere around 10 or less than 10% that actually made it here.
So were we already here before slavery got here, or did we get here earlier than the perceived slave trade? Because that's two different things. Because if you notice what a lot of black people do is, if you're dark, that's a black person there. Black people all over the world. Black people were all over the world.
Black people are the majority.
How do we get all over the world?
What king?
Rob, but you
don't like stop. People misconflate history with religion. If you look at certain religions, certain history context books, it's this proves my point. It proves probably this. How you believe in Pangea and the Bering Strait? Those are two completely time periods. How you believe
there's too much going on, right?
I mean, black people, it's shown. I mean, he's not wrong about that.
They look at somebody being dark skinned and call it black.
That's just them putting you under
somebody melanated doesn't necessarily make you black.
Okay, look. All right.
Black American.
Yeah,
my fault.
Not black American.
Right. No, he's right.
Because we have
Haitians, you have Nigerians, you have Somalian niggas. Those are just people being named by their tribe. But one common denominator, their skin color is black. So they say you're black. That is the common denominator. When the scientists are archaeological people dig up your bones, that's your common denominator. They don't know the actual lineage of black person you are. So they do a little bit more digging. Oh, he was probably a Haitian nigga. Oh, he was probably a Somalian nigga, a Nigerian nigga. But at the common base, when they do it, your skin was fucking black. And niggas has been all over this motherfucking world. And I understand you don't believe in Great Pangea. That's your prerogative. You can believe whatever the fuck you want. But those goddamn maps, that shit fits together like a puzzle.
True.
What continent fits with America?
No, we are not doing this. Not being
it does.
You can put everything together.
No, you don't even respond to that.
Okay,
we're not going to.
Can I ask one question though? I want to ask you this.
Okay.
Do you believe that blacks here in America are a different ethnogenesis group from any other black people from either the islands or Africa?
What is different genesis?
Meaning that we are different from Africans, we are different from Haitians, we are our own set group here in America as blacks.
Culture-wise, you are. I mean, that's what he's basically saying.
Right. You're talking about culture-wise.
That makes
that's
cultural as well.
No, you can't say cultural as well because that makes sense.
Culture as well.
That don't make sense. You talking about blood? That's a different thing.
Everybody has.
Everybody
has African DNA.
DNA changes over the course of a period of time. Just the way you breed a dog.
How much time does DNA change?
Dog. We've been here a long time.
You are aware that cats still carry 99% of large cats' blood in their DNA.
It's not 99%.
It's 99%. Just look at it.
I don't know.
You need to open your phone.
But does that even that 1%?
Stop. It did change. That's why they're small. That's why they're not fucking
exactly.
lions.
Even that 1% does it not make us?
That's a different thing. You're talking. You're comparing the height and size of a fucking
kanji. Does it not make us a different ethnogenesis group?
No,
it's
we're still
yes
Africans.
Or no. So we're still Africans that just so happen to live here in America with a whole different culture, whole different language, whole different style. I believe I can't call it Pangea. I don't know what the fuck they called it back then, but we know those fucking maps. We know those fucking continents fit together. We know that for a fact.
Come from, Real?
Everybody originated in Africa. That's where the original DNA comes from.
Do you have something different? The original DNA came from Africa.
Do you have something different?
And we crossed over the Bering Strait, and plus we rode over here by boats according to the Moors, and plus we got dragged over here by 1526, I believe. The 3 different ways that Africans then got the fuck over here. And plus we were already here to begin with. They're not Africans, but they are.
Okay, we all know that the African people had created what is called maritime law, which is traveling by sea. But who's to say that that's even the case that they wasn't already here?
Wait. They created traveling by sea.
They did.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not
even gonna lie to you, big dog. You can look at that what he's talking about. That was supposed to be the law of the sea. I mean, we still follow that same law today.
They knew the currents. They knew. I swear to God,
he's not lying about
that. They
knew
knew the currents. Even you have white voyagers who talks about how they were taught by Africans how to travel by the sea and how to travel by the currents and how certain currents will lead them to certain places. The person that navigated Christopher Columbus' ship was a black man named Pedro. These people knew how to do it, brother. I'm not trying to say we the best people in the world, but we knew how to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have a mindset of war and taking over and killing. That shit came from Europeans, brother.
So Africans didn't have wars?
We did have wars, but that wasn't. We were more connected to nature.
Wars, though.
What the fuck they got to do with war?
I mean,
because we didn't
fight for war for food.
Right, we didn't have.
So what the fuck did Africans fight? Whenever we got a war with each other, it wasn't what war's about. What are you talking about?
No, not all the time. War time is more about. I want your
resources.
It's not. No, that's not all the time. Not for African people. They had abundance of resources.
Exactly.
But the resources don't matter if you have.
Why do we have to fight if I get everything I need? But that don't fucking matter
if I'm an African group of people that live that live closer to the Sahara Desert, and you're African group of people that live close to the sea. Your resources are way more better than mine. So I'm gonna come take your shit. What the fuck is you talking about?
Let me tell you how you wrong. Because there is evidence that shows that African people actually would travel and trade. So that's how you wrong, brother. It has.
So no one else traveled and trade.
Okay, but listen, I'm not. He's right because of that continent has so much of an abundance. That has so much of an abundance.
That is not true.
This is why they would. This is why they would trade. This is why they would travel around the world.
All cultures
trading
trade
for goods.
But sometimes it's not enough. So what they gonna tend to do? They'll start up a fucking war.
And that's where the European culture come in at.
And that's what we're done.
Because Africans don't fucking do that.
And that's what we're done. Everybody land the plane already.
I want him to answer my question. He still ain't answered my question.
No, he's not gonna answer your question. Last statement, Kanji.
FBA ate off some grifters. Fuck you talking about? Y'all fucking the shit y'all believe in is fucking crazy. Like, Africans didn't fight for those reasons. They fought because they was all kumbaya. The fuck is you talking about?
I'm not saying that.
No. You're not. Don't respond to him. What's your final thoughts about the conversation, about the debate you just had? Just don't even acknowledge.
I ain't gonna lie. Fuck country.
I just believe we're a different ethnogenesis group, and I think that we get our just due for getting reparations. I don't find a problem with delineating as long as we can separate ourselves and claim ourselves as a different ethnogenesis group and stay on code with the rest of the black people. I don't want Africans coming against me because a few people in my fucking hood is some thugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Understand that we are. In our ethnogenesis group, there are different types of people. Just like we understand there are good African people, and there are some that are kind of like some fucking scammers or whatever. That's just my opinion.
So don't acknowledge anything they just said. Give your own thought, King, please.
I said it. Fuck country.
Okay, go ahead. All right, whatever. Thank you. All right, you got the mic on me. Great. Okay. I forgot how to talk almost. Yeah, this has been higher thinking. Tariq Nasheed, like I said, set the record straight as far as the difference between FBA and ADOS. I think he has some pretty strong points. Next week we will go into Yvette Carnell and her response to Tariq Nasheed, and I think that was quite interesting in and of itself. I think one of the most important things that I want you all to get from this conversation, this back and forth that happened amongst my brothers right here, was there was a pretty decent amount of decorum. No, I'm not picking no sides. Nah, that's I don't deserve that. But no, for real, there was a decent amount of decorum here. Nobody got shooting guns and fighting each other and all that stuff. It was a civil discussion. There like Timbers did, Flair and all those other things, but. Seriously, we can do this. Every black person across America can do exactly just this. We just have to start. We have to do it. We have to have these again uncomfortable conversations that's gonna lead to greater passions. What?
Uncomfortable conversations lead to healthier relationships.
Whatever. Well, anyway, I catch y'all on the other side.